So I got a man arrested yesterday. The thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life, that when I relive this, I am still blown away, and hand to God, this actually happened. And many of you are gonna be skeptical, and I don't really care, because literally I am going to be receiving a court date, and you can come. I'll give you the day and time. Y'all can show up and get my autograph after that. I come with receipts. I tell the truth on TikTok, unlike many other people. I have nothing to hide. I'm a fucking hero. I decided to go to my mom's after work. So I'm driving to my mom's. I'm taking the hour drive. I had been driving for like 45 minutes, getting ready to go into Reno, Nevada. I'm on the phone with my sister and my mom at the time, and I'm driving behind this black car, and I'm on the phone with the girls, and I was like, this guy has gotta be drunk. Mind you, it's probably only like 3:45 in the afternoon. I was like, this guy is seriously drunk that's in front of me. And my sister was like, call the cops. And I was like, I can't just like you can't always speculate that someone's drunk. And I was like, he's definitely swerving in and out of lanes. Like, then he was going a lot slow. He was going like 20 under the speed limit, and then he'd go 20 over. And I was like, this guy's fucking pissing me off. So I decided to go around him, okay? So, because this was 2 lanes on the freeway at this point. So I decided to go around him, and I look over to see if maybe he's just a distracted driver, like not making excuses, but just to see. You always look at the idiot, let's not lie, okay? So I glanced over. My whole day changed after that. I'm assuming it's either just some dumb drunk driver and or some dude texting and driving, whatever. I look over, I kid you not, I see a woman in the passenger seat, and I see a man driving with a baby on his lap, facing the steering wheel. This baby, you guys, was teeny tiny. And I was like, fuck no. So I was like, oh my, I tell my sister and my mom, I was like, I have to call the cops. And so I hang up on them. I decided to pull back, get behind them with reasonable distance, because I knew that I was going to be like dialing 911 at the same time. So call 911. I stayed behind the guy because I wanted to get the license plate, the make and model of the car, all that jazz. This felt like the longest 911 call of my life, you guys. I looked back at my phone record from yesterday. It was a 5-minute phone call. I felt like eons. I explained what happened. I was like, I thought this guy was a drunk driver. I decided to go around him. Come to find out, he has a baby on his lap. He's the driver. He's swerving all over the road. So now, what? His destination just became my destination. We're not here yet. And so I'm telling them exactly where we're going. The dispatcher is like, okay, what exit are you coming up on now? Blah, blah, blah. And then she said, I'm going to have an officer reach out to you. So we hang up. Then I like pull up next to the guy again, and I see that the woman, the passenger, now has the baby just in her arms. And I'm like, oh my God. I was so fucking pissed. I was over the road at this point, like almost going 100 miles an hour, then not. Then he starts to notice that I'm kind of following them. So I'm up next to them. They roll down their window. I turn and I was like, that baby needs to be in a fucking car seat. He speeds off. Luckily, my phone rings. It was an officer. He's asking me where I'm at right now, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, we're passing this exit. Then the driver was making it seem like he was going to merge off onto an exit. I was like, we're about to merge off on Damani exit. And I was like, and then the driver decided to immediately get back on the freeway to like dodge me. And I'm like staying a fair distance, because I also, as much as I wanted to be a superhero in that moment, my biggest priority was to make sure that this baby didn't get in a car accident, because I know that this baby's not in a car seat. You guys, this baby was tiny. He's telling me that, the officer's telling me that he's 2 exits away from me, like behind me. He was like, oh, I'm coming up on Mount Rose. And so I'm like, drive faster. I was like, he's going like over 85 right now. And I'm purposely not doing the same, because I was like, I don't want to kill myself or someone else in this hot pursuit, but I also can't lose this guy, okay? So basically it was Casey on the case. If any of you live in Reno, Nevada, we got off on South Meadows Parkway. So we get off on South Meadows. This guy's trying to get rid of me. He goes through the exit. He dips into one of the gas stations. So the fuck do I. So then he turns in through a car wash. So the fuck do I. So then he's going down South Meadows. He decides to pretend like he's going left on Double R Boulevard. And I'm telling the officer this. I was like, he's going left. I don't know my northeast south for the life of me. Like, I'm not a compass. But I was like, he's going left on Double R Boulevard. Never mind. He's not. I got your 6. And so anyways, it's actually wasn't funny at the time. He flips a U-turn. So the fuck do I. So then they pull in past the Hilton Hotel. So I do too. I'm not letting my eyes off of this motherfucker, okay? And so I'm like, so then I hear sirens. I was like, they're coming. Then the guy swoops another U-turn. I do too. And so then they end up pulling back into the Hilton. The officers fucking passed us. I was like, you passed me! So this is what's scary, is the officers passed me at first, but I'm on the phone with him, and there was like a divider, so the officer couldn't just immediately like flip a bitch and come to me. They had to wait to get around this like divider. So in the meantime, I'm a little bit freaking out because they parked the car. The woman holding the baby immediately beelines into the hotel. She books it out of the car. The driver immediately, this fat fucking gets out of his car, starts walking towards mine, and I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm like behind my steering wheel, like, I'm like, where are you? Like, mind you, I'm on the phone with the officer. I was like, he's walking towards me. Somebody call! Police car. I mean, I'm telling you, like 2 police cars deep, like fucking lights inside. This was so exciting, you guys. I literally felt like I was finding OJ in this moment. And so literally, so he starts walking towards me. Officer goes, "Arr!" The police officer gets out, talks to, like, I guess they kind of, I think it happened so quickly. One of them comes straight to them, and then me, obviously I wait, comes to me, starts asking me, you know, he was the one that I was on the phone with, starts asking me to recall everything, and I was like, well, the woman just went inside with the baby. So he yells to his partner, he goes, hey, go inside the hotel and get the woman with the baby. And so that officer, the partner, was like, what's she wearing? And I was like, she's in a black jacket and the baby's in a black beanie. I was like, damn, I'm fucking sharp with my descriptions when needed. And then so, sure as shit, about a minute later, he comes back out with the woman and the baby. And I was like, I told him all that had happened and stuff. They were basically passing the baby off. Not to excuse drunk drivers, but like, I don't call the cops on every like idiot driver because I can't assume everyone's drunk, but the second I saw a baby in the car, oh hell no. So then, officer goes and talks to them. Officer comes back and he tells me, he's like, I just want to commend you because not only was there one baby, there were 2 babies. And I was like, what? And I'm telling you guys, these babies were only couple months old, teeny tiny. And he said, not only that, they don't even own car seats. And I was like, really? So they can afford to stay at the Hilton. They have a decent looking car. There are so many resources. I don't even think it's a money thing that they couldn't afford a car seat. However, there are many resources that can get you one. But the thing is they didn't give a shit. Now I have a fucking problem. So this is why he said, he's like, this is the thing, is you're the biggest eyewitness to this. And I was like, well, look, there's cameras. I was like, there's 4 banks on this street. All security cameras can confirm my hot pursuit. And then not to mention the cameras at the Hilton. And the other officer was like, oh yeah, this place is entire with cameras. And I was like, yeah. And so that's going to help my case. He said, you know, I hate to ask this of you, but would you be willing to come to court to testify? Because this is going to be child endangerment. He's going to jail. And you know what? I will fucking be there. I already have my outfit picked out because I'm pissed. I'm probably going to adopt these 2 babies. And I just want to clarify, the officer did not ask me to go after him or chase him on hot pursuit. He was just asking me where his whereabouts were. I personally just wasn't giving up on the hunt, so that was on me, but I drove safe the whole time. Okay, and I'm perfect. Thanks.